My name is Day 9.
And I'm Mr. Bitter, and we are about to bring you guys game number 2 of alternate ClouD versus White Raw. White Raw's not on a team right now, is he? He's sponsored by TT Esports.
That is correct. He is his own entity. White Raw, the endless.
White Raw has a gravitational pull, I think.
That is true, and he attracts all the fans. Looks like the next map is going to be on Tall Dream Altar between ClouD and White Raw. Ladies and gents, you ready for game number 2? They're so good.
They are.
I love the early morning
observers. It's like on cue.
In the top left corner, we have the Macro Terran from Italy. It is ClouD.
That's right. And down here in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, the Ukrainian Protoss superstar, White Raw. You know, guilty confession. ClouD is a superstar Robot Unicorn Attack player.
What is Robot Unicorn Attack?
You've never played Robot Unicorn Attack?
No, I'm worried that you just put those words together right on stage.
Does anybody in the audience know Robot Unicorn Attack? Yeah, there's a couple people.
Does anyone in the audience not know Robot Unicorn Attack?
Oh, come on. Come on.
Yeah, naysayers. That's my dogs.
Yeah, next time we're on a break, I'm gonna show you Robot Unicorn Attack, and you will see why it's so amazing.
Or maybe we'll be in a PvP where both players just cannon rush. It's very quick, and we have 40 minutes of downtime. And we can stream it live with commentary.
It would be fun. It's a fun game to cast.
We see ClouD is queuing up SCVs, and it looks like he'll be going for Command Center before anything. Once again, he is boldly pretty much playing with his strategy on his forehead, not even trying to hide it in the slightest. White Raw does have kind of a misrally with these probes. Don't know if he really wants to go for a 2-gate or whether he's just having his probes go in all sorts of crazy directions, but he might do a very, very early Nexus himself.
He's got those Brood War probes where they just rally out beside the Nexus. So we do see ClouD obviously gearing up and throwing down that first expansion, and White Raw going to scout it right away. In White Raw's base, we see hasn't dropped that Cybercore yet. In the last game, he went Nexus before Cybernetics, so it's completely possible that he might do that again. Even second Pylon before Cybercore, which makes me feel like maybe even more so he's thinking about getting that Nexus.
Now, there's a very weird thing that you can do where you actually chrono boost out Zealots from one gateway with no gas at all, and then you end up throwing down an expansion. If White Raw did that, he could put quite a bit of pressure on. Oh, there's Zealot number 1. There's a chrono boost.
Oh, Sean, good call there, man.
Oh, woo.
First Zealot on the way.
See, remember, you just hide stuff you don't know, and when you do know it, you say it. And if he doesn't do it, you go, wow, surprising even me. Those are the tips of a caster. White Raw now planting down that Nexus at the front of his base. No doubt he will gas core straight away, but probably not before building another Zealot. Come on, one time.
Come on, White Raw.
Come on, White Raw. Oh, no, there's the gas going.
Yeah, that's surprising even me, Sean.
Surprising even me. It looks like he's going for the 2-probe, 1 Zealot push. The White Raw special, and ClouD just now starting the bunker. Oh, this could be very cool.
There's not even a single Marine out. These 2 probes coming to Zealot just a little bit behind. ClouD going to pull SCVs and fight with them. Oh, White Raw with the probe harass. You don't see this every day.
And it looks like the 1 SCV that is constructing the bunker is starting to get very, very low on health. And there's the Zealot popping right on up. See you later, SCV.
Oh,
and
my.
There's but a single Marine out. It looks like these 2 SCVs will end up falling, and the Marine gets taken down in 2 quick swipes. White Raw. Oh no, the Marine managed to slip its way through White Raw with a single Zealot. His purpose has changed from attack to scout, and he is going to penetrate deep into this main, see exactly what's going on, and can relay that information back.
He's getting a full scout of ClouD's base, knows exactly what's coming. Now, I'm wondering, he killed 3 workers with that, but he had 2 workers off mining for a really long time, so does that justify the investment? He gets a good scout, does a little bit of harass. I would say yes, as both these guys are still on pretty even footing. White Raw 25 workers to about, well, it's only 19, so I would say that was wildly successful. Now it's 21 workers to 26. Mules will offset that a little bit, so pretty close game that we're having here.
Well, the one thing that it's important to note about the Mule, given the way that the Terran units kind of function in the early game, it's less that you have this economic lead and more that you actually do need those Mules to be able to keep yourself afloat. I mean, we've seen Protoss time and again stay toe-to-toe with the Terran economy, even if the Terran is completely unharassed. So ClouD is in a bit of an awkward spot. He's going to respond by going 5 barracks, and we saw a very fast very strong push from Puma with a ton of barracks in the first series of the tournament.
And this is looking very similar. This is looking super, super similar. This time, though, unlike Puma, ClouD not holding that high ground by the ramp. So White Raw's able to poke around and get a little bit of scouting. Ooh, no, not going to commit to this Stalker. He could have sacrificed that for the greater good, but really, what would he have seen? The bunker would have just unloaded and chased that Stalker down.
He already ended up sacrificing that one poor, sad Zealot.
Yeah.
And now it looks like he does have the Stalkers beginning to work away on those destructible debris. It's going to take a while, Ben. He's doing his best.
These rocks actually will live forever against that. What if rocks regenerated hit points? That would be awful.
That would be cool. If there was an upgrade for Zerg, you could just give the Roach Carapace to the rocks. Well, I guess we should go back to the game. Looks like we see ClouD now getting his extra refineries. Kind of an interesting move considering he doesn't actually have too much tech down right now. Looks like he's going to be getting that upgrade right off the bat. And wow, very fast Dark Shrine from White Raw. Ooh. And here comes the big Marine push from ClouD.
Yeah, behind this, he's getting a double eBay, so he's going to be able to throw down turrets if he gets a feel for this DT tech. More importantly, though, can White Raw stop this push? He doesn't have a single Sentry Day 9.
Oh, jeez. He is just going Stalker, Zealot. You know, I don't even dislike this too much. This is why White Raw likes to have a lot of gateways just kind of chilling at home. He can sort of replenish quickly. He's going to have to reposition those Stalkers very nicely. He's trying to do some kiting micro, but the Zealot gets ripped apart immediately. One Stalker falls. The front line of Marines are starting to slowly wane in health, but it looks like ClouD just continues to march forward with some nice stutter step micro and is going for the probes. Exactly what he should have done in that first game, and it looks like, no, the warp in timing from White Raw's a little bit too strong. He will deflect this attack.
He is just immune to early aggression. I am so impressed with his ability to deal with that. Didn't need a single force field, did not need a single Guardian Shield, saving all that gas up for this DT tech, which is finishing in the back of his base. He's going to be able to warp in probably 3 Dark Templar, and ClouD, he's going to be safe.
And there is the Warp Prism from White Raw. Oh, Warp Prism.
Oh, wait a second.
DTs.
Wait a second. So there's a single turret at the front, so ClouD would have been safe against traditional DT harass. But if they are dropped in the back of his base,
that could be a lot of trouble. White Raw again expanding so much, getting those 2 DTs up. There are 2 DTs. Oh, here they are going to the front of the base. White Raw's got to be very careful. Extremely nice bunker placement by ClouD, not only defending the front, but also forcing those DTs onto a very fixed trajectory. Oh no, no concussive shells. So that means that those DTs were able to slip away the injured DT.
Is ClouD going to... Oh, yes, he is. He adds that turret to his main base, so he should have detection coming very shortly. The Warp Prism is moving into the main base, and oh, it might actually get picked off. There is not yet enough energy for
and now he has enough for a scan, but DTs do so much damage. Amazing SCV positioning by ClouD. Absolutely brilliant crisis response by the Italian Terran player, but the engineering base at the back of his base are vulnerable.
What are you doing, ClouD? You just killed one of your own SCVs, and oh no, the turret does not give enough vision. One of those DTs finally revealing himself. White Raw might manage to kill one of these eBays in the back. At the same time, there's a DT making his way into the natural Day 9, and there is no units, there's no detection. He's going to get a lot of worker kills.
And it does look like ClouD just managed to barely deflect that one attack at the engineering bay, but it looks like the DTs are still doing just fine. The DT harass is being really powerful. It looks like White Raw just picking off anything that he can. Meanwhile, back in home base, gateways galore. The Twilight Council is up. The armor has begun. The 3rd expansion is finished as well. But ClouD does manage to take it down. A nice win for him.
Yes, indeed. Still not quite enough energy for a scan, so White Raw continuing to do damage with this very annoying DT. He's going to try to hide it in the corner and hope that ClouD doesn't spot it, but ClouD does. Oh!
No way. Oh, no way. Oh, ClouD. Oh.
It's like super shinobi DT there, man. Just does not die. Forcing ClouD to spend so many scans on detection, and this harkens back to what we were talking about early on. Terran has to use those mules to keep up.
Oh, gosh.
ClouD was put behind early, and he has been scanning so much. He used like 5, 6 scans on this DT harass. White Raw with another Warp Prism on the way, securing a 3rd base. I mean, 3rd base is secure. Ahead in supply. This has been a pretty awesome game for White Raw, who's just getting further and further ahead with every move.
And if first you don't succeed, just build another Warp Prism. We'll just go ahead and keep dropping him, keep pushing. We see that an Immortal is being produced as well. Not so sure how much I like that Immortal, especially on this size map. You can't really do much. It takes about 3 years for the Immortal to cross the map. They move pretty slow. So it only makes sense if you want to really commit to an attack or if you're in some sort of super tight spot. But I mean, I'm making a big deal about a single immortal. White Raw is in a considerable lead.
Oh yeah.
ClouD has to have some sort of brilliant timing push if he wants to do an effective counterplay.
You're exactly right. White Raw up about 30 supply right now. Wow, it's all in workers. 53 workers to 82.
Yeah, the army supplies are nearly identical, but White Raw is so spot on, just making sure he has perfect probe production. And now he's going to have the ability to do a big set of warp-ins, just trying to make sure he doesn't have... Well, I mean, he's warping him in on the low ground, and he's loading him up, and he's going to unphase it, and then he's going to move it back. No, he is going to actually try to do the harassment in 2 places at once. There it is, moving on in. Uh-oh. Zealot's going to hit from 2 angles. ClouD brilliantly bringing just some of the units into the back. Zealot's dropping at the back of the natural expansion too, and ClouD looks like he's going to get a little bit of a leg up, not going to actually suffer too many hits. White Raw will end up pulling back home.
Yeah, White Raw killing a worker or 2, not doing too much damage. Very good response there by ClouD, handling the situation exactly as he should, but he is still quite behind. 126 supply to 147, and White Raw is sitting on a bank. There was a big warp in somewhere because his money just dropped, but still, you know, here it is, tons and tons of zealots. So it's going to be sort of a charge lot, immortal Archon army. Is that what we're going to work up to?
I think White Raw wants to leave all his food available so he can have 100% of it warped in from warp prisms. That's my kind of play. It looks like a single zealot moving in here, and I love the just 1 zealot. Sure, you might not be able to do massive damage, but with ClouD, I mean, in his position, you have to bring back at least some units, and White Raw can just ensure that there's not that much that ClouD can do about it.
And that 1 zealot is almost always going to be worth it. Getting 2 kills there, meaning the 100 mineral investment. Whoa!
Ooh, White Raw! Oh, White Raw! No, that is not what you want to do to your warp prisms. White Raw loses the warp prism, but he will be able to pick off this turret. It looks like he may get this reactor down. He may even force another scan.
Man. God, White Raw just being so relentless with this harassment play. ClouD does clean it up once again, and probably getting more for his money than White Raw did there. But look at how passively ClouD's been forced to play. He's been holed up in his base this entire time. He's essentially going to be making some big, crazy 2-base all-in. You see, the 3rd command center is about halfway complete, but it is so far behind White Raw's, who's already getting a 4th base. Just through this relentless, constant harass and through this relentless, constant aggression, White Raw has, I would say, more or less solidified this game. ClouD is going to push now, but he is pushing into a really scary army.
You got to be so careful right now as ClouD. In this army, he has only 10 Marauders. The rest are Marines. He needs to get a good angle, and wow, White Raw. Oh, EMPs galore go down, but there are more Zealots than there are units combined for ClouD. He stims, he runs back. The Colossus, the Zealots completely tear everything apart. Domination from White Raw start to finish. He deflected every attack, pushed back with the warp prisms, and now he is going in for the final kill.
What a game by White Raw.
Oh, where did these zealots come from?
Beginning to end, setting up the flank, even dealing so well with all of ClouD's army, and the march of White Raw is on. SCV is being pulled.
And there's the good game.
Well played. White Raw 2-0s, and that was awesome.